the question would be how can I be sure if I'm going to spend money, how am I going to be sure that I am going to be successful at doing it? And I think our answer to that will be, well, if you do things properly in the right way, in the right detail, with the right plan, with the right people in place, gives you a better chance.
We're here on day 2 of the British and International Franchise Exhibition with Phil Mowat from Ashtons Franchise Consulting. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. How's day 2 of the show been for you so far?
Day 2 has been good, yeah.
Nice, glad to hear it. So you guys provide consulting services for franchises, particularly new franchises that are becoming franchises from businesses. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So a business owner has a dream to grow their business. They come to us. It's all very exciting because they're looking to franchise their brand. Sometimes they don't have any idea about franchising, so we help advise them on how to do that.
And what's the most difficult step in that process that they sometimes trip up on, things they maybe didn't expect to encounter becoming a franchise?
I think one of our key points to them early on is about the importance of understanding that they're starting a new business, and that business is being a franchisor, and their business is then finding franchisees, bringing them on, supporting them and helping people grow. So they need to take a step back maybe from their current business to move into this new business. So a lot is around mindset and for them to understand all of that.
And I would imagine that the first franchisee that you have as a business is really important, sets the tone for what's to come. What should people look for in terms of a first franchisee?
Yeah, you're right in saying that they're so important because they become the advocate for future people to talk to and things like that. So it is difficult because all you know is what you think a franchisee should be. And that's probably based and modelled on what that person is themselves. And I think franchisors like to think that they're going to find these clones of them, but it's not going to happen. But I think the biggest red flag is probably not having a bond with someone because you're going into partnership with these people. It's a bit like a dating scene. You want to sort of like get on well with these people before moving to the next stages. So I think, it's about making sure you can build a good relationship with that first person. They understand that they're the first person, and you're going to learn a lot from bringing them on as well.
And what lessons can the next franchisors pick up from those existing franchisors?
We've had potential clients who we've been speaking to before the show, and we've said, go and speak to other franchisors, look at their brochures, gauge what they're doing so they're learning themselves. But the industry is very collaborative, so the BFA do a great job. There's other organisations that do a great job of bringing people together, and we're all learning from each other.
And when you're launching a new franchise, is it generally best to start local and kind of scale up from there?
Ideally, you don't want to be Edinburgh-based and travelling down to Newquay to support your franchisee. It may not work out like that, but there are ways, obviously, with modern technology and ways of only targeting certain areas to find franchisees. So, I'd advise that.
And obviously, it would change for every business, but how long can new franchises generally expect to see a return on that investment in that process?
Well, we always advise you need some money to franchise your brand properly. If you're going to pay our fees, solicitor fees, territory mapping, advertising, it could cost you 10, 15, 20, 25 grand. So it depends on the business and what you're charging as an initial fee. But I think the important thing is that a franchisor won't make money from a couple of franchisees. If they're only charging a 10% management service fee, you're not going to make a lot of money from 2 franchisees. You'll make money from 10, 15, 20. So it's important to have a plan in place and to understand where you are on that plan, knowing that the money is going to increase further down the line.
Amazing. And you guys must have a lot of experience and wisdom in the sector. What are some of the most common questions that you get from people thinking about starting this process?
Obviously around cost, how much it's going to cost. But right. I think people want to know that whether they can be successful or not. They see others doing it.
Yeah.
So the question would be how can I be sure if I'm going to spend money, how am I going to be sure that I am going to be successful at doing it? And I think our answer to that will be, well, if you do things properly in the right way, in the right detail, with the right plan, with the right people in place, gives you a better chance, doesn't it? So, but we're obviously also looking for businesses that are unique, got something different about them, and there's longevity there and it's been proven, and obviously it can be taught as well to other people. So a number of factors, and we'll advise potential clients and say, we don't think you should franchise because we don't want to get someone up and running for it not to happen for them.
And have any of your clients advertised with businessesforsale.com?
Yeah, a lady that runs a healthcare or a care company called Cardea Healthcare. She advertised and she's up and running with 2 franchisees. Both came through Businesses for Sale. So yeah, it's worked really well for her. Obviously her target audience is on the website, and she's got sign-ups as a result. So we're really pleased with that.
Thank you so much, Phil, for sharing your time and your insights with us. I hope the rest of the show goes well for you.
Thank you. Cheers.